god, it's been a while. Hello, I'm Liv. Oh my god. Hi, I'm Liv and I want to do a little catch up. So this is probably gonna be like a vlog style video. I don't really know where I'm going with it. I just want to catch you up because I've not actually spoken on YouTube in 4 weeks. There has been uploads because I've been away. I've been away in America, so I'm going to update you on all that. Update you on where I'm going, where I'm reading right now and what I've been doing. Just thought I'd have a little chit chat. Recently I went to America and I had an amazing time. It was brilliant. I had such a good time. I really enjoyed myself. I filmed loads to upload whilst I was away, so you did see all that. That all went up brilliantly. I'm getting migraines since I've been back, so I have not been uploading. That's why there's been a week with me being off. Got back into The Sims. That is something I've started to really love playing again. Read a couple books whilst I was away. Not loads, not as many as I wasn't really expecting to read anything whilst I was away. I thought it was gonna be that busy that I would have no time, but I managed to fit in, I think it was 4 books potentially. So on the plane I read Final Gambit, which I loved. It was brilliant. I read the whole book on the plane, like start to finish. I then read Mr. Masters, which is the sub-series of the Miles High Club. A mini book by, I think it was Taylor Jenkinson Reid? I don't actually remember. I read a mini book because I was feeling like I wanted to finish a book. I wanted to feel accomplished. So I looked up like mini books and I read this book that was so beautiful and it really like truly in my heart. I don't know why, like I just felt something when I read this book, and it was so short. It was like 40 pages, but for some reason this book just made me feel all the feels. So I read that, and then I also read Beach Read by Emily Henry because I wanted to give Emily Henry's books another go because I read Happy Place and I really didn't like that book. It was not for me, and I was worried that I was gonna not like Emily Henry books. But then I got Beach Read on my Kindle and I gave it a go whilst I was away because I was like, I'm away, it's Beach Read. Didn't really give like beach vibes, not gonna lie. I was expecting something else, but I really did enjoy it. I ended up really liking that book and I really did enjoy it. I am behind on my Goodreads. I'm not gonna lie, I am 7 books behind on my Goodreads. I can easily make that up. I know I can. I just gonna need to like put my arse in gear properly and properly read, but it's definitely doable. And I'll probably end up doing a video where I'm like trying to get back on track with my Goodreads probably. All that's what else happened. I also reached the requirements to get AdSense and I got denied. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, I'm still gonna put it up. I got denied and told that I was re-uploading people's content onto my account, which I'm not. Basically on TikTok, I have a TikTok and I don't really treat it seriously or anything. Nothing like actually putting good content out on here. And I basically put my TikTok videos that are good, like that I put effort into, I put them up on my YouTube shorts, and I tried to explain that this content is mine, and so re-uploading it is just to get good use out of the content, but they've classed it as me just re-uploading someone else's content and not being original. So that's a bummer. Okay, it's a few hours later and I have started a book. I was sat around and I was thinking, I'm so bored. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna pick up a book and we're gonna read some because I'm on the train tomorrow for 4 hours anyway. 4 hours. How long am I on the train for? 11, 12. I think it's 3 hours, but I'm on the train for like 3-ish hours. We're going to London. And so I'll probably bring it with me. But I've started The Brothers Hawthorne. I'm really liking this so far. I've only got 7 pages into it, to be fair, but so far we've had like a little flashback and I'm liking it. But the main thing about this book that I'm actually obsessed with is the cover. Like, I'm sorry, without the paper on, look at that. That is engraved into the front. That is what I want on a hardback. I feel like hardbacks should have something under the cover that's just like makes it even more special. Okay, I was worried this book was going to be like all in the past or not about Avery or anything because she wasn't mentioned much in the blurb, and we've just got about 10 pages in. Avery's been mentioned. We're picking up basically straight where we left off in the last book, which I love. I was a bit worried it's going to get completely different, but it's really not. Hello, it is about 2 days later, I think. No, I think it's 3 days later. So I went to the Green Day concert. Wow. It was absolutely phenomenal. Like, I cried so much. let's fill you in on everything else that happened. So we got the train down. Let's move this a bit. It's a bit better. We got the train down. It took a few hours, like 4 hours or so, and we got into our Travel Lodge hotel, and we literally had about an hour. We got ready and then we went down to get something to eat, and then we went to Green Day. It was amazing. We finished at 10:30 at night and we got out within 15 minutes. We got out within 15 minutes. That's amazing for a concert. Usually I'm stuck there for half an hour, but we got out in 15 minutes. Got an Uber back to the hotel, and the next day we went around London. I went and got my jacket fixed. My iPad had arrived, so unplug it for a second. I'm charging it. So my iPad has arrived. I'm so happy with it. Right now I've got a little like clock going on. I am listening to Taylor Swift right now because I am reading my book again. I've started reading it again today, which I'm very happy about. You're going to be able to hear crackling right now. I'm so sorry. I've got my Woodwick candle going right now. It's the Woodwick Trilogy Cafe Sweets candle. It just smells so autumnal. We are 100 pages through. I've achieved my goal for today. I've got 100 pages every day I want to read. Yes, I'm about 100 pages today I've read so far, and I'm really liking it. I'm at that point in the book where everything is happening. I'm at that like 50% mark, sort of. Just under 50%, I think. But we are at a point where it's like everything's happening right now. I'm just updating my progress right now as I'm talking. Update you on what's happened since. This book is purely based on Jameson and Grayson. So it's Jameson's story and Grayson's story. So Grayson's story is all set around his sisters and the truth coming out, but him not wanting it to come out about what happened in Hawthorne Legacy. Also have Jameson and Avery in like Jameson's POV, and they are in a secret London club, like an underground club that's very much for very rich people and people who are willing to give up deep dark secrets that can be used against them to join this exclusive club. So they've got that going on, and we're very much seeing a lot more of Jameson and Avery's relationship, which I like. And then we've also seen with Grayson, like his mind and how it works and everything, and we're seeing more of him and understanding him. I was worried that this book wasn't going to hook me as much as the other ones, but it really is. I'm thinking it's really written well. I saw so many people complain about this book, but now I'm reading it, I'm like, what are people complaining about? Okay, it is the next day. I've got so much to do today. Like, as much as today is like a chill day, it's really not. I really need to like desperately clean up my room. I finished the book. I finished Hawthorne Brothers. Brothers Hawthorne. Brothers Hawthorne, gave it a 4.5 rating. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what people were on about when they were like, oh, it's not as good, it's quite boring, it's not like, it's lacking something the other books had. I disagree. I feel like it wasn't as good as Final Gambit or the Hawthorne Legacy, but I feel like that was a given. Those books were just so good though. But I felt because of the characters in this book, I felt like it was really good. So you got Grayson's story and Jameson's story. So Grayson's story was about him and his dad and the truth about like family members, so his sisters, and something happens with them and they're trying to figure out what has happened to their dad based off stuff that has happened in the other books, and the truth about who their dad really is, because they don't know about Grayson, they don't know anything. Do I think it was good? I think it was a decent storyline. I liked Gigi and Savannah. I thought they were good characters. I also liked the mum. I thought she was a nice character. Do you think their story was a bit like, oh, that's a shock, but kind of like expected in a way? Like it. I felt like that plotline wasn't really meant to be a shocker plotline, like the other books. I don't feel like, so them ones obviously they had like big plot lines and they were meant to shock you, but I feel like Grayson's plotline wasn't for that. I feel like his plotline was more to have Grayson have a full happy ending, because in all the other books Grayson always felt alone and as though everyone was leaving him, and I felt like that book was like a book to show Grayson, like his plotline was to show Grayson, you are not alone. I appreciated it, so I thought that was pretty decent. I'd rate that plotline probably like a solid 4.25. I thought Jameson's plotline was solid, really good. I liked everything, and I liked the way in which it was all done. So Jameson's plotline was more, his dad had basically contacted him to help him with something, and Jameson ended up playing a game, and this game was like full of puzzles and quizzes, like what he's used to growing up with his grandfather. But at the end of it, there was like a big prize, and I felt like Jameson's story as well was like a personal growth story, like Grayson's was. So Grayson's was to like realize he's not alone, not everyone's going to leave him, and he needs to open up and be vulnerable. And Jameson's, I feel like his showed him that he is more than just ordinary. You know, he's not as perfect as Grayson seems, he's not as smart as Xander, he's not as independent as Nash, but he is Jameson, and he's not ordinary, he's not boring, he's not basic. Jameson's plot was Jameson realising that he is a valuable member of the Hawthorne family, which I like. Hello, it has been... oh, my camera is dirty. It has been a few hours. I've played Sims, I have sent things to the post office, I've done stuff, figured out how to send off my laptop, blah blah blah. So I'm going to talk about Betting on You. I've been reading Betting on You for a little while now. I had a break from it because I wasn't feeling it. And then I sat and played Sims, listened to a bit more of it, and I feel like I was more engaged this time, so I was listening properly. So I feel like it's nice. So Betting on You is written by Lynn Painter, and Lynn Painter wrote Better Than the Movies. Yeah, Better Than the Movies. It's very similar though to that book, which isn't a problem. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked Better Than the Movies. I gave it a really good rating. I can't remember what it was. I think it might be like a 5-star or something. Looking back, I probably should change that, but I really enjoyed it. It did everything like I wanted it to, and it was good. I enjoyed it. However, this book, Betting on You, literally is the same format. Like, pretending to be together because, like, for one reason or another, like fake dating in one section of it, the banter between them, like, oh, we don't like each other, but like, why do we feel this way about each other? Like, it's the same premise. Plotline's a bit different because these two people are bonding over the fact that they both have parents who are divorced and separated, so that's what they're bonding over, which is different to the first book, different to Better Than the Movies. But as you can see, like, I'm getting confused, like, thinking like they're the same book because they're very similar. I'm at chapter 20 right now, which is track 22 on Spotify for the audiobook. I'll listen to a bit more right now whilst I get ready for bed, and then I'll have a little break, and then I might pick it up again later tonight. Okay, listening to a little bit more. I got through another track, which is another chapter, and it's changing a little bit. Like, the plot is becoming clearer to me. I think I just didn't listen properly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm parked up because me and Sam are voting. It's our election day. So I've been to mine, Sam's just gone to his. Finished the do-over. I have never read the do-over. What the hell am I on about? Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I did say I was enjoying it and that it reminded me of Better Than the Movies, and then I said, oh, it's not as much like Better Than the Movies. It is nothing like Better Than the Movies. I really didn't like Betting on You. So Betting on You, I'm really sorry you can hear my aircon, but it's actually stifling in here. Betting on You was, in my opinion, had the most toxic characters that they could have. So we've got our main two characters who are Charlie and Bailey. So Bailey, for me, was a really terrible friend. So Charlie and Bailey end up making a bet that their co-workers are going to fall in love with each other. However, one of the co-workers is Theo, Charlie's friend, and then the other co-worker, I can't remember her name was, but she is Bailey's best friend and she has a boyfriend. So they're betting on whether or not she's going to cheat on her boyfriend. At the same time,
Charlie has a secret which does come out, and it is a WTF sort of secret. Like, what? Like why would you do that kind of secret? I thought that Charlie's character was very manipulative, very lad's lad. I always agree with the term "you are what you hang with," and Theo is not a nice guy, so the fact that Charlie even hung out with Theo, I felt like it was a red flag anyway. And I already thought that when we found out those two were friends, I just had a feeling. I was like, I'd never liked Theo from the start. We had our third act breakup, which I'm not impartial to, but I did not like the way this one happened. I didn't agree, one, with how it all got resolved. Two, I didn't agree with how Charlie handled the situation. I thought that it was such a bad miscommunication sort of situation, and it was wrong, because to like make Bailey go through that, I just thought was terrible. And I thought Bailey was a terrible friend. The only likeable character in this story was the best friend. Please don't hit my car. Please don't hit my car. I'll cry. Please don't hit my car. Oh, I ended up giving the book a 3.75. It was going to be a 4, but it's not.
Hello.
I was in the middle of filming, I was talking to myself, and I've now just got a video of me going really loud on camera because you scared me.
Surprise!
It's the next day and I have a confession to make. So I'm currently making pizza, but about half an hour ago I finished Part of Your World. Didn't tell you I was going to read that. Basically last night I was just sat there doing nothing, and I was like, you know what, I need to get some video planning done, blah blah blah. I was like, let's read an audiobook for a bit. Looking through what I've got left on Audible since I cancelled my subscription, the stuff I got my free trial, and I'm looking through it all and I'm thinking, oh, let's start Part of Your World. Started it, was planning to read an hour. I read until I had only 2 hours left. I was over halfway through. I was like 60% through the book. And then this morning I got up and I finished it before I even got ready. And then I realised I'd read a whole book. Amazing book, gave it a 4.75. I'm obsessed with Daniel. And now I've read that, I now understand. I'm sorry if you can hear noise, it's the washing machine. Now I've read that, I now understand who Daniel was in Just for the Summer. Now that has so much more meaning, and I already gave that book a 5-star, but it's like even more clarified it's a 5-star book. I'm so excited for Yours Truly, which is Bree's book, and I found that on Spotify. They have an audiobook there, and I also have the physical book of that one. I am in love with Abby Jimenez's writing. I just think it's so good. Cried at Part of Your World, gave it 4.75, cried at it, happy tears. Her writing is so real, and all the audiobooks, they sound like a real like film is going on. Like, it's so good. The voice acting is brilliant. I was sat editing my video and I just realised that I didn't finish the vlog. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and all that stuff. I'm so happy with how many books I managed to read in the space of a couple of days. Like, I mean, it's basically a week vlog this, and I managed to read 3 books, which I wasn't intending to do. I really thought I was going to get through Brothers Hawthorne and that was it, but I got through 3, so that's phenomenal. Very, very happy.